What's up, everyone? Welcome to that 1H Bomber Guy video, except not as good. Real quick before we start, I just want to say that I'm not going to be including any examples of what I'm talking about here. You can find them incredibly easily yourself, and even if I censor usernames and faces, I know you'd still be able to find them. All that's going to do is encourage you to go harass other creators if you agree with me, and encourage people who disagree with me to say that I'm encouraging harassment against them, and I don't want to be responsible for any of that shit. Partly because low effort call out posts normally do nothing but annoy people and backfire on the accuser, and partly because I don't think the people doing this even understand what the problem is. TikTok is an app. Unfortunately, I have an account there. I never bothered linking to it in the description because when I do make a post once every 2 months, it's just a moment I found funny from a video I already posted here, so you're genuinely not missing anything. My max exposure to the app is like half an hour every 2 weeks if I'm especially bored. Normally all I see is 1,000 variations of the same trend or people just lip syncing other people's work, but occasionally I'll see a skit that's actually an original piece of work that I find engaging and funny to watch. This is what I thought I found last week when I found a funny video that made me do a hee hee ha ha hoo hoo out loud. Consequently, I sent it to a Discord I have with some friends, jokingly citing that I'm pretty sure this is an original skit and that if it's a lip sync, I'll be pissed. It was a lip sync and I was fucking pissed! Now, a lot of the people watching, and especially avid TikTok users, probably might not understand why I'm pissed, and I'm hoping that this video will help you understand my point of view, because in my eyes, I felt genuinely betrayed. I think the main problem is that we live in an age where things get shared so easily and copied constantly and multiplied free of charge from everyone to everyone else, to the point where we're starting to lose the concept of actually having ownership over a thing you made. This was inevitable with the elasticity of the internet, but this mindset really took off with the meme culture in the 2000s, and while you could argue that people shouldn't feel the need to watermark an image writ from Google with a stupid caption thrown on it and impact text, can you say the same for someone who spent hours, potentially days, writing, performing, and editing a skit to have someone else just mouth the words and take credit for it? I understand when people feel like this is the only way to do well on the app. After all, TikTok definitely rewards this shit, but trust me when I say that finding a sustainable audience is a lot better and far more fulfilling when the ideas and creations come from here than they do from here. I don't have over 1,000 followers on anything Campfire Harvest related, although we did just hit 700 subscribers here. Seriously, what the fuck is going on? I've had previous accounts in the past that exceeded that number by a wide margin, like a Facebook page for promoting furry shit or a Tumblr blog for reposting memes, but I didn't care about those as much. Watching the number go up was cool, I guess, but thinking about it nowadays, it didn't really mean anything to me. All I was doing was sharing random shit I found online and reposting without any meaningful commentary, whereas here, I feel like I'm doing the opposite. I'm not taking other people's creations and just spreading them around. I'm actually doing the creating part. And the fact that I found a way to do it that people seem to enjoy seeing and interacting with feels significantly more rewarding. I'm far happier creating genuine stuff from my mind that a few hundred people enjoy as opposed to stealing a meme and having it go semi-viral. Sure, it's riskier. I've released stuff that I thought people would love that ended up going relatively nowhere, but I've also made stuff I thought would flop that did fucking amazing. You're never going to know for sure what's going to resonate with people. Statistically, you might have more luck just being a carbon copy of someone else, but I can guarantee you it's far more fulfilling and less detrimental to your spirit if you just be yourself. If you make what yourself wants to see. And maybe you think to yourself, maybe you want to see you lip syncing the popular trends or doing the same thing 400 times in a row, but I don't believe that. I don't believe you want that for yourself. Having the drive to even be making videos on the internet and daring to be perceived by a mass conglomerate of weird ass people on the internet is already like half the work. The other half is just finding your voice, and you're not going to find your voice by just imitating everyone else. You started posting stuff online because you believe that you have something valuable to share with the world, so prove it. I'm really channeling my inner CJ the X here, aren't I?
I'm so inspired to make some now!
At the end of the day, I just want to start a conversation and have a dialogue about this. I'm passionate about creating things, and I'm passionate about people getting credited for the things that they make. And with the internet offering up a million different ways to collaborate and pool their creative and artistic resources together, we have the potential to make something absolutely and unequivocally beautiful. But we need to find a way to do it properly that isn't just plucking whatever creation we find in the pool and running away with it. People's effort deserves more respect than that. If you make videos like this, I'm going to ask that at the very least, you ensure that there's proper attribution to the source you took it from. Like I said at the beginning, if you do stuff like this, I don't think it makes you a bad person, and I don't think you're at fault for thinking that there's nothing wrong. I just really care about people creating things that they love and then them getting the proper credit for it because it's what they deserve. It can be as simple as just adding the user in the description or even using that fucking sound icon thing that TikTok has. I probably wouldn't have felt as betrayed by the video I shared in Discord last week if they just actually used that feature correctly. And that's not a fringe case. It's so easy to misuse. The majority of the time when I find a lip sync, it's either just saying that it's its own source or the source is another fucking lip sync. Have I been in focus this whole time? I hope I have. At the same time, part of that dialogue should be about what reaches the threshold of credit needing to be the moral necessity. Like I said, if I made a shitty meme in 30 seconds using a photo ripped from Google Images, I'm not gonna feel like that warrants me asking for credit because I didn't do anything. I also want to clarify this isn't coming out of a place of anger or some shit. No one has done this to my own videos yet, or that I know of. Now obviously I just spend a lot of time digging into content theft here on TikTok specifically, so I at least want to offer up some alternatives if you feel the same way as me and want some other creators. I'll put them in a list here because the names aren't coming to my head right now, but I have seen a couple in the past that do a lot of original, funny, or informative stuff, and I think they're worth checking out. They're all furries too, because I know that's what you motherfuckers are here for. Shout out to the patrons that are going to appear on this plan over here: Gordon, Hakai Mono, Foxy Boy, Kyla Crane 95, Fox Nandari, Ali Caviar, and Jargiru. Y'all are beautiful. Also, a reminder that I stream on Twitch now every Wednesday and Friday. I've been trying to beat Geometry Dash and I've been stuck on level 2 for the last like 2.5 hours. I just realized while editing I never actually recorded a outro, so this is the outro. Bye. Having full body tracking really just exposes my degeneracy, huh?